What's going on, fellow A-Plusers? It is I, your Morphinominal host, Adam Perez, back once again with another Zenkaiger review, as we're about to go ahead and get into episode number 33, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, at the end of the day, these are simply just my A-plus opinions. I want to know yours, though. What did you guys think about this week's episode of Zenkaiger? Let your thoughts be known in the live chat or the comment section box below, guys. And just a little bit behind the scenes, just to let you guys in on a little bit of something here. Just so you know, I have spent, I would say, a considerable amount of time trying to do a review for this fucking episode of Zenkaiger for the longest time today. This is actually my third attempt. The first time I spoke for a good 17, 18 minutes about the episode, went to go ahead and look at the work, realized my mic is giving me issues. It's kept dropping on me during the entire time, so there are moments of just no audio whatsoever. Second attempt at doing this, I wind up getting interrupted in the middle at work, had to answer a phone call, was stuck for like 15 minutes, forgot where I left off at before I even came back to the review. So this is my third attempt at trying to talk about this freaking episode. So if I feel like I'm skimming over some things, like I'm just trying to get through this episode review, you certainly know why, because my temper and my patience is over when it comes to Zenkaiger in this fucking review at the moment. Not because I didn't like the episode. I actually really enjoyed the episode. It was an enjoyable story, made me laugh, even brought me down memory lane a little bit, remembering my time from being in elementary, high school, and college and things like that. So I had a fun time with it. It wasn't an episode that absolutely floored me, but it is another episode which we've mentioned before about the idea of fully investing and jumping right into the theme and fully embracing it and having fun with it. And they definitely did when it comes to this particular week's episode. If I did have an issue with the episode, it's not so much an issue as it is a preference. I was kind of hoping that this was a little bit more Vroom centric. I was really hoping that it would be a story about him or a massive spotlight on him, just based off of what we know about Vroom, right? His ability to want to learn. He loves learning and being educated. This felt almost like a layup to be a Vroom episode. So while Vroom does at least shine in moments in this episode, especially when we get the opportunity to see them trying to pass the quiz so they can actually get to Academy World, I love the fact that he really puts his full throttle knowledge into trying to pass this test. So I appreciate the spotlight, but everybody really got some shine when it comes to this particular week's episode. So we do get the opportunity in here to see that Academy World has been brought forth by the Tojitendo to place everybody back in school. Not only our Zenkaigers, but we see Yachan get caught up in it, right? Her candy shop turning to the candy club. I thought was pretty cute for the most part, getting to see her rock that schoolgirl outfit. We also get the opportunity to see Stacy got trapped in on this Academy World's power, along with Hakaiser, which I thought was funny too. Apparently thinking that maybe they were immune to his abilities, but quickly finding that they were in school too, but also finding a way out, or at least to be next to Academy World, which we see was certainly the agenda by the Zenkaigers as they're trying to go ahead and escape during this time. But it's really Yachan that comes up with the great idea, like, hey, if you really want to see the principal, right, instead of you going to him, why not have him come to you? And this made for one of my favorite moments of the episode, the Zenkaiger Delinquents meeting up on the playground for a fight, and to go ahead and really, I guess, start a ton of mayhem and have Academy World actually come out to them, which I thought was actually a pretty brilliant plan. I get vibes of like Grease, even maybe a little West Side Story, if you will, when you got the two gangs, the rival gangs meeting out on the playground to hash it out sort of thing. That's exactly the vibes that I wind up getting in here. And it absolutely works to perfection for me, if I could be perfectly honest with you guys. So that was a great moment for me in this episode. And again, I really even appreciated the quiz that our Zenkaigers were certainly trying to take. Pretty funny to kind of see majority of everybody fail after answering the first question wrong. But I was really rooting for Vroom and Flint to get maybe even a little bit further than where they certainly were. Unfortunately, Flint went out on the second question, but Vroom was really trying his best. And I got to give props to the attention to detail when it comes to just Vroom's costume. I love what they do with the character eyes, and it's not just for Vroom, but it's really any Kikainoid that we see in here, right? Like, I feel like they could have easily just gone with just generic eyes, giving everybody sort of a blank expression because of the fact that they are robots, but the little attention to detail to like make Vroom's eyes squint, or wink a little bit, or like add a little bit of curiosity in regards to the question with the way that his eyes are positioned. I really love the little attention to detail because it truly does go a long way for me. I thought the action in here was actually pretty fun for the most part too, not just seeing them brawl on the playground, but even the Zord battle towards the end. I thought it was pretty funny that the Kikai Noid, or whatever the creature is from the Tojitendo, wind up acquiring the Academy powers, along with the ability to shield himself unless you answer a question correctly, which is why the Zenkaigers were trying to pass the test. But the fact that the first question on his chest is a math problem, I laughed out so hard because Kaido clearly hates math too, as much as I do. Math was like my weakest subject in school, so if I was in that Zord, man, it would be game over for me already. Like, I would need all the assistance in the world. But thank goodness they certainly had Majin to be like their own little cheat sheet and actually change the question, which I thought was absolutely brilliant in here. But I did get a hard laugh out of this when I realized it was a math problem. I'm like, yep, I'm done. And apparently Kaido has the same issues also. Quick honorable mention does go out to the Zenkai canon. I feel like the Zenkai canon has almost eliminated the concept of Sentai gears. I don't remember the last time that I actually saw somebody put a gear inside of a Geartlinger that wasn't utilized for just morphing or henching into their sequence. The idea here that you literally get to pick and choose any genre or theme of past Super Sentais, I think is fantastic. And this week they wind up going the Galaxy theme, so we got the opportunity to see any other Super Sentai that played in space or the universe or galaxy of any sort whatsoever. So I thought that was pretty fun to go ahead and utilize them as additional members to the team to go ahead and certainly help them fight. To wrap up this episode, though, I will say this in regards to two things. While this episode doesn't necessarily focus on the main story itself, I do love the fact that this episode starts off with Kaido asking Vroom questions about the Tojitendo. It makes absolute sense when you think about it, based off of Vroom being the janitor on Tojitendo very early on in this season, and it's not really brought up again or really talked about too much, I feel like, through the remainder of the season. But I love the fact that he asks him about Gigi. Because of the fact that they had that encounter in the previous episode with Gigi trying to help him escape after outing him as the false Stacy. I think this continues to go ahead and support the theme that Ijiru continues to just utilize other people's technology. Again, it makes me question how smart Ijiru certainly is as a scientist on his own, creating the gears out of Kaido's parents' memory and knowledge in their data banks and things like that. Clearly the same thing with the Zenkai canon, the creation of Hakaiser as well. And I think the idea of seeing Gigi pretty much as an alternate to Sichan continues to elaborate upon that. Like the fact that Kaido says, did Gigi or Sichan have like a twin and things like that? And the fact that Vroom is unaware of them having a twin definitely makes me showcases to me that here's another case of Ijiru stealing schematics straight from the brains of Kaido's parents, if you will, and maybe Gigi is in fact that creation. So I thought that was pretty telling, to certainly say the least. And I'm not one to really look at previews for the next week very much. Maybe every once in a while I'll stumble onto one and maybe just sit and just chill and watch and see what it might be like. This is one of those situations here, is next week we're definitely going to be having ourselves a Halloween episode, but it seems as though we're going to have ourselves a pretty big reveal at the end also. So when the helmet is off, if you look at the preview briefly, my assumption, or at least I should say, me saying I do think that it is Kaido's dad, is really based off of also the one shot that you get to see from behind as it pans to the side a little bit. One of the comments that I have made about Kaido's dad, maybe like 2 or 3 times this season, man, this dude's got some big ears. Like his ears are gigantic. I really do think that that's Kaido's dad. If it's not Kaido's dad, the other option that I have is that I'm thinking it might be somebody that resembles Kaido, or it just might be, in fact, not our Kaido, but I'm almost thinking that it's like a think of like trying to clone somebody or grow somebody from scratch. I almost think that maybe it's gonna be Kaido underneath the armor, but it's really gonna be Kaido's dad at maybe like a younger age, right? Maybe not like a fully developed clone of Kaido's dad, but maybe him at like where he would have been at Kaido's age. Maybe Kaido resembles his dad at a younger age, eerily similar, you know what I'm saying? So those are my two options. Either it's actually Kaido's father underneath that mask with the big old ears, or, you know, Kaido's not too shy on the ears himself either. So I am wondering if it could be Kaido, but really Kaido's or his father's clone that looks like Kaido in there. And the only reason why I say that is when you look at the preview episode or that shot, it's the Kikai Zenkaigers that are looking at Hakaiser being revealed. Kaido's nowhere in that particular shot. So I'm thinking to myself, if Kaido's not in that shot, you know, as Zenkaiger, maybe the Kaido actor is actually in the Hakaiser costume, maybe. So those are my theories, guys. Either Kaido's dad himself is actually in there, or it's Kaido's father at a younger age, like cloned, but he resembles that of Kaido in there. And maybe that's why the look of shock on everybody's face. So those are my two theories. We'll see certainly how they hold up in next week's episode. But yeah, guys, I'm done with this review. I'm done with this review. Enjoyable story, made me laugh. That's all I needed. Solid episode and entry here this week, and I'm actually looking forward towards the Halloween special. But listen, guys, if there's anything that I missed, character moments, storyline moments that you guys certainly want to go ahead and continue to talk about, please let your thoughts be known in the live chat or the comment section box below, and we'll definitely continue this discussion until next week's episode. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me here. So in the meantime, do me a big favor. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Full throttle, nonstop. Have a good one, guys. Bye. If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a Patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/aplusopinions. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.